The national spotlight, it's about to shine on Mount Horeb, a new ABC project dubbed basically as a reality game show, is going to star the entire town. It's called My Kind of Town, and as you might expect, creating quite a buzz in Mount Horeb. Melissa Tyson, the executive director of the Mount Horeb Area Chamber of Commerce, joins us live now. So, Melissa, the word excitement must be almost, the whole town must just be buzzing right now.
That's true. Excitement is an understatement, Tara. They've been talking about it in the coffee shops, the barber shops, since June 1st. It's just, everyone's thrilled.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. How did this all come to be?
Well, I stayed one night late, and I picked up a phone call, and I'm sure glad that I picked up that phone call that day because it was a television producer talking, asking me questions about a potential game show / variety show that Mount Horeb was a potential candidate for, and it turned out to be my kind of town.
Did you almost think it was an April Fool's joke or something at first?
At first we had some hesitancy, yes, but it's been a whirlwind since they've been calling us nonstop. They were out here for casting calls and back in June, and they've been calling us pretty much on a weekly basis. So a lot of people did some research on computers and found out that it was a legitimate thing too.
So did someone sign you up for this contest, or how in the world did they say, okay, let's call Mount Horeb, Wisconsin?
I think just they did their research on towns. They were on the initial call. They had asked one specific question, and the criteria was how many stoplights do we have in our downtown? And I said, well, we used to have 2, but now we have 1. And they said, that's perfect. You're the town that we're looking for.
That's amazing. So actually, some residents get to fly to New York City this weekend.
That's right. We're gearing up. It may be gloomy right now, but it's been sun shining since June 1st here.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that New York City trip, and of course when we all can see the actual television show right here on Channel 27. So, oh, it looks like you have a little partner in crime there, Melissa.
That's right. This is Ivan the Troll, and he's got his bags packed and ready to go to New York, actually.
The Big Apple.
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
he's all set and ready to go.
We're going to talk a little bit more coming up in our next half hour about all the details, and once again, putting Mount Horeb right on the map there.
All right.
Melissa and
thanks, Tara.
Mr. Troll there. We'll be right back. We've got to take a break on this Thursday morning. You're watching 27 News. Wake Up Wisconsin, 66 degrees in the Madison and Mount Horeb area to start your morning. Residents of Mount Horeb are getting ready for their 15 minutes of fame. They were chosen for ABC's new reality show, My Kind of Town. That show tapes this weekend in New York City, and 27 News reporter Julie Lund is in Mount Horeb tonight for the big send-off party. Julie?
I'm not sure this is exactly what Frank Sinatra had in mind when he sang My Kind of Town, you know, Trolls, Mustard, the Poop on You band. But this is exactly what ABC producers were looking for when casting for their new show, My Kind of Town. Now, this is the group that is leaving tomorrow. Many of them, 200 people, are going to hop a plane and head to New York for taping of one episode of the show, My Kind of Town. Here's a little bit about how this show is going to work. These people are going to participate in games that are tailored to the town and to the individuals. And at the end of the show, one person competes for a big prize for everyone. Not a lot of pressure at all. Joining me now, Karen Poznansky from ABC. Karen, what can you tell us about the games tomorrow?
I basically can't tell you much because it is a big surprise for everybody. But all the games and the prizes are, as you just said, tailored to all these individuals. We gave everybody a 50-question application when they first started, when we first did our casting, and from there, that's how we got to know everybody, and that's what we're working off of. So all the games are just going to be exciting and fun, and I could just guarantee that everybody's going to have an awesome time.
One hint on what they could win.
Anything from something really small that they've always dreamt of, or something really big that they've always dreamt of.
All right, thank you so much. Also with us, Melissa Tyson from the Mount Horeb Chamber. Melissa, this is a big deal for people here. How excited is everyone tonight?
Everyone is thrilled. As you can see, the excitement is building, and it's, you know, they're all filing in. There's 200 and some people coming with their family and friends. Some of them may not have been, they're not going on the plane necessarily, but they're going to be involved some way, shape, or form, or just to show their support of Mount Horeb. So
so exciting tonight. Thank you. All right, they're leaving tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., to head out to New York, and our coverage does not end here. Greg Jeske is the lucky one heading on the plane with them, as well as photographer Kurt Lenz. They will be out there to see the taping tomorrow, and we will have much more Monday at 5, 6, and 10. Then we'll know if Mount Horeb can cut the mustard. I couldn't resist that.
Good one, Julie Lund. Thank you very much for that. Now, My Kind of Town premieres Sunday night on ABC. I actually talked to some people at the Chamber. They say there are a lot of surprises in store, and the Mount Horeb episode actually airs in about 4 weeks. Variety meets reality in ABC's new show, My Kind of Town, and Mount Horeb residents are among the first season's big stars. 27 News reporter Julie Lund is in Mount Horeb tonight, where residents are getting ready to board a plane for New York to tape their episode.
Krista, we're here at the Grumpy Troll, but don't let that name fool you. No one here is grumpy. In fact, this is the most excited group of people I have ever seen in my life, and why not? 200 people from this little town boarding a plane tomorrow to head to New York to tape My Kind of Town, and they were looking for interesting, one-of-a-kind people to put on the show, and that's what they found. Let's talk to a couple of them. First of all, we have Ben Bryan. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Now, you got chosen to be on the show. Why do you think that is?
Well, there's a lot of unique things about me. I know a lot about sports and movies, but I think it may be my nickname.
Which is?
A Chuba.
Good reason to choose you. These two guys, though, have a talent, which some people did, and they're going to sing a little for us right now so we can hear how they got chosen to be on the show.
Okay, so you ready? A rooty toot toot tooty tooty toot toot from the top of your hat to the tip of your boot. When it's dirty below, there is no substitute for the comfort and warmth of a snowmobile suit.
Fantastic. New York did not see that coming. All right. Then we have Mary Domingo. Hi, Mary. Hi. And Mary is excited but nervous, not to be on national TV, but because she's never been on a plane before, right?
Exactly.
Are you going to get on the plane, though?
Never been on a plane.
Are you going to go?
Well, yeah, I'll go.
How nervous are you?
Pardon?
How nervous are you?
Well, right now I'm not that nervous, but in the morning it's another story.
Have a good time. And finally, we have Shauna Dreger, who is excited to go, and you don't know why you were picked.
I have no idea why I was picked. I'm hoping it's for a good reason, though.
Your husband says it's because
of his good looks.
Yeah, that could be. All right, well, our coverage continues Monday. Greg Jeske and Kurt Lenz, our photographer, are heading to New York. I'm jealous. They're going to have a great time.
Yeah, very jealous indeed. The song was very good, the snowsuit song. Thanks, Julie. Again, Greg will be there with photojournalist Kurt Lenz. He'll be there. We'll have complete coverage Monday at 5, 6 in town, and 10. My Kind of Town premieres Sunday night at 8 o'clock on ABC. The Mount Horeb episode, though, airs in 4 weeks. Mount Horeb is set to make its mark on the world. They just said Mount Horeb is my kind of town. Tomorrow morning, residents will fly to New York to tape an episode for a new ABC reality show called My Kind of Town. Today, the town had a party for those getting ready to leave for their 15 minutes of fame. ABC will tape the show this weekend in New York.
I am so stoked to go to New York for a day. I'm so excited. I'm like on edge right now. I'm so excited.
27 News will be right in the middle of all the action. My co-anchor Greg Jeske and photojournalist Kurt Lenz will go along for the ride tomorrow. We'll have complete coverage coming up Monday at 5, 6, and 10. My Kind of Town premieres this Sunday night at 8 o'clock on ABC, but the Mount Horeb episode doesn't air for 4 weeks.
A new reality show debuted right here on WKOW 27 tonight. It's called My Kind of Town. Towns compete to try and gain 15 minutes of fame.
Residents of Mount Horeb boarded a plane bound for New York yesterday to tape a segment for the show. And 27 News anchor Greg Jeske and photojournalist Kurt Lenz went along as residents from Mount Horeb tried to win cash and prizes.
New York, New York. The city's so great they had to name it twice. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere, right? We'll see. We're here with about 200 residents of Mount Horeb who have earned the chance to appear, compete, and win prizes on a new ABC show called My Kind of Town. We're kind of on the whirlwind tour here in NYC, in and out, all in one day. We'll be here for about 4 or 5 hours. So you've got the excitement of being on national TV, right? The exhilaration of being in New York City, plus it's about 95 degrees here in New York today, so quite a treat. It's one of those once-in-a-lifetime trips for most of us here, and tomorrow on 27 News at 5, 6, and 10, we'll take a look at 15 minutes of fame in the Big Apple for about 200 Mount Horeb residents.
Looks so much fun. Well, tomorrow on 27 News at 5, 6, and 10, Greg will take you behind the scenes of the show before it airs in a month, right here on WKOW TV 27.
200 Mount Horeb residents will be making their national TV debut next Sunday, August 21st, right here on Channel 27. New tonight at 6, the group went to New York City this past weekend to be on the new ABC show My Kind of Town. We went along for the 18-hour whirlwind tour of the Big Apple, which included about 3 hours in the Sony Music Studios on West 54th Street to tape the show.
What we do is we take 200 people from a different small town each week and we bring them to the studio in New York and we have fun with them. We play games, we throw surprises at them, and at the end of the show, each and every single one of them can win a prize that they take home back to their small town.
I would love new furniture and new flooring in my house. Actually, I'll take anything I get. If I get like a year's supply of toilet paper, that's just good enough for me.
Whatever it takes, Amy. Mount Horeb represented quite well in New York City, by the way. We'll take you inside and behind the scenes of their experience tonight at 10, and we'll kick off their journey tonight on 27 News at 6.
Looks like a great time. Mount Horeb will be in the national spotlight this weekend when the city is the focus of the new ABC show My Kind of Town. Greg Jeske went to New York City on Saturday with a group of residents who are very excited about this.
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun. We went to Mount Horeb, to the Big Apple, and back in one long 18-hour day, but it was an experience that none of us will ever forget. Up with the sun this Saturday morning.
We do have to collect your release form as you're getting on the boat.
It's the start of an 18-hour adventure to New York City.
Susan Lucci. That's what I want to see.
We're going to start loading up soon.
Mount Horeb's journey to fame and fortune started with an early morning bus ride to Madison, where a chartered jet was standing by for a flight to Newark. You excited?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't wait for this. I cannot wait.
Stop! From bus to plane
Welcome to New York, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
to bus again.
Bus 3 is that one, and bus 4 is over there.
Then at last, the final approach into Manhattan.
These little town blues.
Big show, big
I'm melting away.
But the Big Apple was forbidden fruit on this day for the 200 Mount Horebites who were picked to appear on the new ABC show My Kind of Town. They weren't here for Times Square and Broadway shows. Their purpose was all business.
What we do is we take 200 people from a different small town each week and we bring them to the studio in New York and we have fun with them. We play games, we throw surprises at them, and at the end of the show, each and every single one of them can win a prize that they take home back to their small town.
I would love new furniture and new flooring in my house. Actually, I'll take anything I get. If I get like a year's supply of toilet paper, that's just good enough for me. I'll take anything.
That was Amy Smith shooting for the moon. Once they get all 200 people seated in the studio, the fun and the work begin. Because when you're a member of a live studio audience, you do a lot more than just sit there. And tonight on 27 News at 10, we'll take you behind the scenes of the network production and tell you about the huge burden on these folks from Mount Horeb because they had to promise not to talk about what they won or who won until the show airs, which is going to be this coming Sunday.
Did you have to promise?
I verbally promised. They actually had to sign a confidentiality agreement to be on the show to say that they wouldn't give anything up.
Tonight at 10, maybe we'll give away some secrets. Maybe not.
We won't.
200 people from Mount Horeb are keeping a very important secret tonight. They're part of the new ABC show, My Kind of Town, which was taped this past Saturday in New York City. Greg Jeske went along on the trip. It's a lot to ask those people not to talk about their experience.
I mean, come on. How can't you? But the problem is, Krista, they had to sign a legal confidentiality form saying they would not talk about the good stuff of the show until it airs, and it's going to air this weekend. So they don't have too long to wait. Photojournalist Kurt Lenz and I went with the group on Saturday. And while, no, we won't give away any of the surprises either, we can tell you that these folks made a lasting impression on the Big Apple. It may have been a studio recreation, but it sure felt a lot like we were in Mount Horeb on this night in New York City. 200 residents packed the place at Sony Music Studios for a chance to win prizes on the new ABC show, My Kind of Town.
Well, it's a kind of comedy, variety, game, reality. It's a TV show.
Drum roll, come on.
And like any big-time national TV show, it has live music.
Yo, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, diddle-o-dee.
It also has a high-energy host.
Johnny Moore.
And although you'd have no idea watching at home, all the spontaneity you see is actually the result of a lot of careful planning and rehearsal.
Then I'm going to say to you, what state's that? You reply,
As we near showtime, there's one more important run-through of audience reaction.
it's the hooray and the awe.
The show producers asked us not to show or say what prizes were won or who won them until the episode airs, but we can reveal that people did win some nice prizes.
Did you have any idea coming in here that you'd even be up for a prize?
Absolutely not. I'm in shock.
What did you expect coming in here?
I expected maybe a t-shirt, just come here, have a good time, a day away from the children, you know, this is going to be great.
But the biggest shock was had by the woman picked to compete for a prize on behalf of the entire studio audience.
The champion is Lisa Fargo!
Did you have any idea what was going to happen?
No. I wanted to puke. The moment they said my name, I thought, no way, I'm out of here. No, I freaked out.
How do you feel now?
I'm so glad it's over.
Of course, in Mount Horeb, it's not over until the yodeler sings.
Yo-diddle-o-dee, yoddle-o-dee, dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee.
Pete Monroe, one of the locals who came to entertain as well as be a part of the show. Now, just to give you an idea of all you don't see on TV, it took 3 hours to tape the 1-hour show. Fortunately for them, the show producers love the Mount Horeb gang so much they decided to air their episode as soon as possible. And that'll be this coming Sunday, August 21st at 8 p.m. here on Channel 27. So look at it this way, they only have to keep the big secret for 6 more days.
Did Pete give you any tips on yodeling?
He had me try it, and I just...
You're not going to try it?
Not even close. You asked that. No, I'm not going to try.
Oh, okay. Well, we won't ask again. Then I want to be your friend tomorrow.
The town of Mount Horeb got more than 15 minutes of fame. They got a whole hour tonight right here on WKOW 27. And our cameras were there last week when 200 residents were flown to New York City for the taping of the new ABC reality show, My Kind of Town. 27 News anchor Krista DeBille is live in Mount Horeb tonight where people are still gathering. Krista, those who were there had to keep what they won a secret.
Obviously very excited out here because tonight their tiny town was put on the map.
Early evening, Mount Horeb, East and Main. Dozens worked to hang a 16 by 20-foot screen. They set up equipment, sold t-shirts. They gathered hundreds of Mount Horebites, including the oldest to make the recent trip to New York, 81-year-old Milford Thompson.
You have to do some talent?
Not a bit. I was one to be a good observer. I was there to clap and yell, Mount Horeb, my kind of town.
They've told everyone all over to watch.
Told dozens of people. I've called friends in Maine, people in Illinois.
8 o'clock, the show begins. Ben Bryant won the ultimate sports chair.
I actually don't have it yet. I'm not going to get it for a little bit yet, but I'm extremely excited when I get it.
Hardest part?
Everyone in my family and just around town knowing I was on the show, trying to figure out what I got, and because a lot of people knew I got something, but they didn't want to know what, and I just couldn't tell them. It was...
Then the Steiner family. Dad's mower, gone.
That was my sweetheart.
Finally, Lisa Fargo, the one to win it all.
Having the happiness of 200 people in front of me.
But she did it, and Mount Horeb tonight is on the map.
On the map because... And if you didn't know someone living in Mount Horeb before this, you definitely know him now, Mitch.
Oh, it was a good time. I watched the show. I was kind of disappointed that they didn't, what was that thing they had to bake? The bug cake or something?
I don't know. They're laughing. I'm not quite sure.
All right. Thanks, Krista.
Thanks.
The Mount Horeb episode was originally supposed to air in about a month, but producers of the show were so happy with the group, they moved it up to tonight.